Okay, everybody, I am in the room, Black Living Room Talk with Assata X. We have Assata X tonight, and we're just gonna go and talk about a few different things. We're just gonna relax in Black Living Room Talk and talk about relationships. We're just chilling. It's not no particular subject tonight, so I just want you to sit and just enjoy. It's the weekend. It's Saturday night. It ain't even midnight yet. At least not where I'm at. But yeah, Sada, what we was talking about. Did you want to talk tell the audience again what you was telling me? Like we talking about how different women, they have a hard time letting go of some of these men that they
Right.
have been in relationships with, and it's like a lot of the times it's not even worth their while. They come to disturb your peace. You know,
Yep.
we don't need anybody to come into our lives to destroy, to disturb our peace. You know, it's like
Right.
we've been holding the families up for years, right?
Exactly. And that's what that's what I'm trying to tell my little sister tonight. I looked her dead in her face and I told her, I said, sis, you do not need a man to validate you. Cut it off. Well, you don't need to see me. Go in your room.
Yeah, we have.
No. Explain to my little sister because every time I look around, she always got somebody in her house. And I told her 2 months ago, at least, that you do not need to keep letting people move in. And she went and did it again. This time, the guy was outside threatening her, acting crazy, calling her names, calling her mom names, put his hands on her son, and in the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, I just had a talk with you about 2 months ago, so why are we repeating this same scenario again?
Again.
Again.
And how many times has it been?
This is about the third time that I have had this same talk for her, and I'm like, look, you do not need a man to validate you. I say right now, he don't have nothing to lose, but you have a lot to lose. I said, because if you lose your place for you and your son, then what's gonna happen? You can't come stay with me. And I keep trying to tell her this stuff, and she keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And I can't stress it enough. I'm not gonna say I was once not naive and gullible like she is. But some point in time in your life, you have to not be naive and gullible and grow up. She in her 30s doing this. I stopped being naive and gullible at 26. It took for my daughter's father to put his hands on me to know that I did not want that for myself. And I know.
Oh, yeah.
And my daughter is now 18 years old, which this was 19 years ago. Her father is in his feelings because I won't fool with him. He walked around talking about, I didn't put my hands on you. I didn't put my hands on you. You did. You just don't want to take accountability for yourself, which I feel like is a narcissistic move to try to say I didn't do this, or they want to be like, who, me? I didn't do that. You did do it. You knew you did it. You knew very capable of what you did to me, and you don't want to admit to it or take accountability. Again, just like with this guy tonight, with my sister, he up here talking about, I'm gonna come back and kill that bitch and da 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 da. And so I have a talk with him. I said, look. I said, I ain't trying to be funny. I said, but you can't come through here talking about you gonna kill her and do all this stuff. I said, because you got her terrified. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I said, well, then don't say that. I said, because threats like that can get you in a whole lot of trouble. I'm trying to be the middleman, but at the same token, I felt some kind of way because he put his hands on my nephew. I try to be the middleman with people, but I don't want people to underestimate me because I had to let him know I'm not like my sister. You like to jump on women and disrespect women. I'm not my sister. And I got like this because I've been abused by men. They put their hands on me. So now I don't take no mess. I'm not gonna cuss on me. I try to be respectful.
Yeah,
I don't take any mess anymore because, like I told my little sister, I said, you hang around me and your neighbor, because her neighbor is another female that won't take nothing off of me. I said, you hang around us for about 6 months, we'll get you together. I said, but you can't run around here all scary. I said, because if you scary, you show any signs of weakness, that's why he doing what he doing to you, because you showed a sign of weakness. You can't show weakness around these men, because especially if they narcissistic, they'll take that around you.
I was just saying that today about the narcissism. Because what they'll do, what the narcissist will do is he'll try to blame you for things that is really his fault.
And I know one.
Yeah.
That's all you. That's all you. How you gonna sit up here and say, prime example? I had a guy tell me one day when he was saying I be acting up and that's all you. I said, hold up. How you gonna say that's all me when you don't want to disappear on me? And then when you come back around again after you done been out there with your other hoes, excuse my language, been out there with your other females, then you wanna come back to me talking about, oh no, that's all you. No, I'm just matching your energy. You disappear on me, you think the grass green on the other side, then after you find out it ain't what you thought it was going to be, you would have come pussyfoot back around here. You lie down with dogs, you can get up with fleas.
Yeah, that's the truth. Ain't that the truth?
And I done got up with fleas, and I'm not going to lie, I'm an open book, because I don't have no reason to lie to nobody. But I didn't give me nothing to burn me anything, but the fact that you throw my whole pH off, I got to leave you alone, bro.
I know that's the truth.
I can't fool with you no more because you and his feelings because I won't mess with him again. No, it's been almost a year. I'm like, no, I'm good because, like I said, he has narcissistic traits and tendencies, and don't ever want to take accountability. He quick to try to blame me when to shift the focus off of himself onto me. So, no, that's all you. No, that's all you. You just don't want to admit that you a womanizer. And you out here playing games with women, playing their face. You got multiple women. Go get them multiple women. Leave me alone. I said, because I'm on queen status. I'm not nobody's second sloppy seconds or nothing. I'm not nobody's second. I'm not nobody's option. I'm a priority. If you can't put me at the top of your list as the number one priority, then I don't know what to tell you. See, he used to females chasing him and begging him. I don't chase him and begging no more.
Yeah, it's like I was.
And it's sad because these guys be thinking. Now my sister, this dude that's with my sister. And cause see, I know I'm all over the place, but this dude, but now back down to the narcissistic traits. He all outside talking about what he doing. She like this pound town. She like this pound town. And he all making her. I said, man, kids is watching you. I said, you got anything else better to do?
It's all about.
I said, you doing that in front of the kids. I said, you up here doing this in front of kids?
Right.
Come on, I have some class about yourself.
You know what? It's like some of them is all about. I want that fried chicken, and that's it. Fried chicken, that, and whatever, or the game. It's like at some point you have to grow up, man, or you got some type of arrested development. It's ridiculous. It's.
Child. I came to a conclusion that these guys today, now I stay in Akron, Ohio, for all the listeners that want to know where I live in Akron, Ohio. And a lot of these guys either got mommy issues or they got issues within themselves that they need to go work on and go heal, or they so busy being womanizers that they play games with women and they think that you're just supposed to take that stuff. After a while, this starts to get old, and then after a while, I just paid attention to how some of these guys act. They all act the same in this city. It's something wrong with them, either the water in this city, or the way these mamas is raising their kids in this city. These older men, that's like 50 plus, they don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with these men up in this city. They just think it's okay to come and go with them, please. This ain't no revolving door.
But Assata, you can't just say I ain't, because it's not just limited to where you at though. I be here.
Oh,
I
I
hear
know it's a
this,
nationwide thing.
huh?
Girl, I heard so many stories from other of my friends in different states. It's nationwide. My one friend said, "You'll be shocked at what going in Atlanta." I said, "I could just imagine. I could
It's
just imagine what goes on in Atlanta. You got to be careful in Atlanta. The AIDS rate is so high amongst the black community that I'm scared to move to Atlanta.
I don't
I'm
want to move.
terrified.
I'm telling you, I don't want to
As
move
a
there.
black woman, I'm not moving to Atlanta because half of the men there are either homosexual or bisexual. And I don't have no issue against the gay community. They all right with me. They don't bother me. I don't care. What you do in your business, your business. That's your business. At the end of the day. But it's scary to know that you have black men that be on the down low and have wives at home. This is the stuff people don't really think is going on in this country, and it is.
Especially when you don't inform the person, like, and you give them something and they could possibly pass away because of it. I saw a lady on social media that her husband had, did that to her without her knowledge, but that's when it becomes a problem, a definite problem.
You know, you have people here that are giving people HIV, not informing the partner of their status. And then, since we're on this topic about sexually transmitted diseases, people always want to be so, like I have a sister that talks about, so-and-so got herpes, and I told her one day, I said, you know how I said, you can catch it off of a toilet seat. What? I said, you can catch that off of a toilet seat. You can catch that by skin that's in contact during sexual intercourse. Like, people want to trip about herpes and how, that's not. I said, but it's so easy to catch. My spiritual mother told me a long time ago that you can catch that. The guy can have on a condom and you can still catch him. I said, right. I said,
Yeah, that
herpes.
stuff is really,
I said,
really.
condoms protect you from herpes, and then people were so quick want to talk about, that's just nasty. You got that, and then you know how easy it is to catch them. I said, that's one of the most easiest freaking sexually transmitted diseases to catch.